VA Medical Center went from being one of the highest opioid prescribing Veterans Affairs facilities in the nation 5 years ago to now more in line with the national average. That's according to newly released federal data.
Yeah, those numbers show the facility cut its opioid prescribing nearly in half, one of the largest reductions in the entire VA system. Nate Morabito found out Mountain Home now prescribes fewer opioids than its counterparts in Nashville and even Memphis.
At the end of 2017, the local VA reports it prescribed opioids to just under 4,000 of its 39,000 patients. At one point before Mountain Home started its opioid reduction initiative in 2016, that number, according to an administrator, was almost twice as high. While some veterans continue to question the drastic cuts to their pain medication, the VA believes long-term the decision will save lives. That's what Sid-Daugherty sounded like in 2016, the result of nerve damage to the Army veteran's back. Chronic pain the VA spent 2 decades treating with opioids. More than a year later,
it's a lot worse.
He says the bursts of extreme pain now last longer, often bringing him to his knees and keeping him there.
Weakness in my legs, they're aching, they're hurting so bad that I can't pick my legs up.
Now that the VA's cut back his opioid intake, the 54-year-old says he spends almost all of his time on the couch.
I stay home.
Now even using a scooter to get around. Daugherty is one of the veterans who received this letter in September 2016, warning Mountain Home planned on reducing doses to safer levels for some and tapering others off of opioids altogether.
Some of these safety issues were not outwardly apparent.
At one point, Mountain Home prescribed more opioids than most of its counterparts, but not anymore.
When we find out that a medication that we're prescribing is doing harm or has the potential to do significant harm, even if it hasn't done so already, our job is to try to find alternatives.
Since Mountain Home began reducing opioid prescriptions, federal data shows the percentage of veterans on those medications has dropped from 19% of all patients in 2012 to 10% in 2017.
We're very proud of that.
Dr. David Heck says Mountain Home continues to receive some complaints about the decision, but overall he believes veterans are coming around.
I think there's been some pretty good buy-in.
Buy-in to the idea of treating chronic pain without prescriptions when possible, through alternatives like yoga, physical therapy, and acupuncture.
Actually, some of our biggest skeptics, especially when it comes to something like acupuncture, have been so pleased after they've gone for that therapy.
Daugherty remains a skeptic.
He's tried it and he's willing to try anything.
Sure am.
He says he tried heat therapy and acupuncture.
It actually made matters worse to the point that I would have those attacks in the office.
He plans on trying chair yoga too, but with constant pain,
Nothing helps.
he's convinced opioids are the only solution. We asked the VA's chief of staff if he has any regrets about the way Mountain Home reduced opioid prescriptions. He said he has no regrets and feels Mountain Home acted in a safe and correct way, but told us if he had to do it all over again, he would have given veterans more advance notice.
Nate, thank you. While the VA reduced opioids overall, administrators maintain that they still look at each veteran's case before making a specific decision. Dr. Heck said the facility's appeals board has revised some tapering decision.
A Virginia State Senate panel has defeated